Hello, Assalamualaikum. It's your girl Nadirah P. Back at it again with another vloggy vlog. I just wanted to sit down and chit chat. I was thinking about some things and I was like, you know what? Maybe YouTube wants to know. Maybe I don't, have to talk to myself about it. So I just wanted to sit down and talk about a few things. I originally recorded this while I was putting on my mask. I don't even think it recorded right. So I was like, you know what? Let's just talk again. But today, my skin has been acting up, like major breakouts. My lip was peeling. So yesterday I exfoliated my lips. Today I did a mask with the Health and Beauty Aztec Secret Indian Healing Clay and I mixed that with apple cider vinegar. So that was good. And then I exfoliated and then I washed my face and I put on my moisturizer. I don't even know if that's how you're supposed to be doing it. I don't know if you could exfoliate after you do a mask. I don't know if that's dangerous. I don't know. But like I said, I'm not a beauty vlogger, so don't look to me for the answers. Because baby, I have your face breaking out. I have your face falling off. You must not listen to me. But anyway, that was my little, I can't even really call it self-care because I have to take care of my face because my face is my brand. My face is like a part of my job. People have to look at my face. So I'm constantly doing things to take care of my face. I do the bare minimum because I don't like to use a lot of products. I don't have a lot of money. I am poor. So I don't have time to buy product after product after product. We're trying this. Baby, unless I'm getting it in a sample size, I don't have time. So I use all very basic store-bought products and that's gonna be that. But what I would like to know, let's just jump right into it. Let's just jump from one thing to another. But what I would like to know is, how do people know when it is time for self-care? Or let me know down in the comments, do you know when it's time for self-care, or are you the type of person that has a routine for self-care? Like I know some people who do every Sunday, some people who do every Wednesday, some people who have a little bit more sporadic, some people who do it when they're feeling tired and not feeling their best. And what is your self-care? I like to know what self-care looks like for different women, Black women specifically. For me personally, my self-care is rest. Like sometimes I have a day where I'm gonna just sleep, and that's gonna be that. That's it. That's all. We gonna rest. We gonna watch some movies. We gonna live our best lives, and that's it. That's it. That's all. Science has already proved that women need more rest. So I think we also need more self-care because we're constantly doing something for somebody, constantly giving, constantly doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, going here, going there, being Superman, being Superwoman, Catwoman, all this, all that. So I feel like legally we should be entitled to self-care days that are not at our own expense.
This matter is adjourned.
So I should be able to take a self-care day off as a woman. And then instead of a day, they should give me a week because I'm a Black woman at that. Period! This reminds me of something I actually tweeted out the other day. It was actually in response to a tweet because somebody was talking about T.I. and his wife Tiny went on the Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith. And the original tweet says, he was like, I mean, I think they asked him something along, why does he love or why does he care about his wife or what does she mean to him or whatever. And the original tweet says, he was like, I mean, we've been through a lot together. She held me down when I was in jail. She my best friend. And the person goes on to laugh about that. So I quote tweeted and was like, you ask a man why he loves a woman and he'll name everything she's done for him, never making mention of who she is. If she wasn't in service to you, would you love her?
I'll wait.
If this woman was not in service to you, would you love her? I put love in quotes purposely. But would you? Because I think a lot of the time, I think women are expected to show their love through acts of service. So we're expected to, if we love you, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to go here, we got to be, pull a cat out of a hat and do everything under the sun. And this is how a woman is expected to prove that she loves you. But if she didn't do any of those things, would you still love her? Because I think acts of service could be your love language. That could be a love language, but that should not be your only love language, I would say. Because some people will say, oh, you know, that's just my love language, but really they like to use people. So I think your love should first off start from a place of, and I think your love towards a woman especially should start from a place of who they are. You should love and you should care about this person because of who they are, first and foremost. And then if it goes into things, you know, like, oh, I love her because she did this for me, you should love that she did that for you because of who she is. Because of who she is. So if you say, oh, she was down for me, don't say I love her because she was down for me. I love her because she's a genuine person. She's a kind-hearted person, you know? Be appreciative, be grateful, value her. But again, we ask ourselves, if she was not in service to you, would you love her? And as a daughter, that made me explore the various expectations or the various requirements that I've had for my mother versus what I've had for my father. And I can honestly and truly say I don't feel like I put as much pressure on my father to be a good parent or loving or caring or supportive or whatever as I have on my mother. Let's put it like this, because my thoughts is getting jumbled. If my mother disappointed me, it would weigh more heavily than if my father disappointed me. Like, I hold her to higher standards than I do my father. And that's completely unfair to my mother because she's still a person, she's still a human being, she's still a parent, she's still going to make mistakes, she's still going to do things wrong. And then to put her on this pedestal where she didn't ask to be, as a mother, and to make things harder for her and more difficult for her and expect more for her than for my father is completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. But you know, as a child, as a teenager, it's not something that I've done on purpose, but those kind of like societal expectancies and requirements for women have kind of made it what it is. And I see, you know, stupid little memes and posts all the time of people being like, oh, having a toxic mother is worse than having an absentee father. Having any type of toxic person in your life is worse than a person who's absent. Period. Such as if you had a supervisor that was never around, that didn't offer any type of support or words of encouragement, that would not be as bad as having a supervisor that was constantly degrading and embarrassing and doing all types of horrible things to you. Like, that's common sense. But of course, misogyny. So there's that. I think for 2019, relationships in general has just been a very big overall theme, mainly because I've had so many changes in so many relationships. And I think what it's taught me, one of the biggest lessons, and I constantly tell myself, reconciliation is a privilege. Reconciliation is a privilege. From the standpoint of the one who hurt somebody, who did something, who said something that was hurtful, for someone to give you the opportunity to reconcile, for someone to be willing to sit down and talk it out, is a privilege. It is something that you absolutely should not take for granted. But also, it is not something that you are entitled to. It is not something that you should expect. It is not something that you should require. You need to be in the most humble and shameful place when you go and even suggest or even try and ask for reconciliation. You need to be apologetic. It needs to be a valid and a real apology if you are going to go and try and ask for reconciliation. You know, I don't mind being transparent. I don't mind being honest. I've built my brand off of transparency and honesty because I'm only here to bring the truth. And if nobody else wants to talk about it, I have to talk about it. I am currently in the stages of recovering from codependency. Codependency basically means that I had someone that I relied on sort of kind of 100% to be everything, to be everyone that I needed. So that's interesting. It's interesting. Or you know what? It's hard. It's hard. Like it's horrible. It is horrible. It is exhausting. I'm tired. I'm ready to go. But I tell myself, nobody belongs to you. Nobody belongs to you. Point blank period. Nobody belongs to me. With all of the wonderful, amazing, beautiful people that Allah has put into my life, people who I chose and people who choose me, if they would like to get up right now and walk completely out of my life without an explanation, without a reasoning, without a who, what, when, where, why, how, they're allowed to do that. And I have to let them. No matter how I'm feeling about it, no matter what's going on, I have to let them go. And that's a very hard truth, and that's very difficult. But if it's anything this year has taught me, it's that when people are ready to go, let them go. When Allah is giving you signs, when God is giving you signs that it's time, that it's over, that it's past the point, it doesn't even have to end ugly. It doesn't have to be a tussle or a fight or an argument or a falling out. But sometimes when it's done, it's done. And when it's done, I'm ready to be done. But it makes it a bit easier to be done when you're battling codependency, when you're recovering from codependency. Let the record reflect that I meant harder. It does not make it easier, it makes it harder. And we'll get into all the other details of that when I'm kind of figuring out what's going on with that at all. Because it's to a certain degree, it's like, I get it. Then to a certain degree, it's like, well, well, I don't know. But I think I've been doing very well with it. I've been doing very well with not filling my space or my time with people just because I'm lonely, just because I feel like I want to lean into somebody, which is nothing wrong with it. But having come from a place of codependency, you have to be very careful with leaning into people, with leaning on people. So just that alone is, wow, is really something else. But I think a part of what's kind of, you know, as sick as it sounds, a part of what is making me miss codependency, a part of what makes me want to be codependent is that at this moment, I don't feel like my family is being as supportive as I need or really as I would like. But it's also something where I don't want to talk about it no more with them. I don't want to discuss it. I don't want to ask nobody to come to a show or call and check up on me or any of that. Like I'm completely past the point of that. So it's something where I'm just trying to lean into the people that I have instead of focusing on the people who I don't have. So that's really the tea, sweetie. But I think that's all the tea that I have to share today. Thank you guys for letting me be transparent. Thank you guys for 1,000 subbies. Okay. And thank you guys for tuning in to another vloggy vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Please connect with me on my social medias because I might be coming to a city near you. But other than that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next vlog. Bye. Salaikum. Do you, ma?